Dear Jordan and Josh, my dad wants me to get a boyfriend, and it's really awkward. This is like no other message we've ever read. My siblings both are in relationships. I am the youngest, 16. For a while now, my dad started making jokes about how I should get a boyfriend too, and which one of my guy friends it will be. At first, I thought he was just joking, but it has carried on for a bit too long. I personally feel that I am not ready for a relationship, even though I'm nearly 17. I think I am too young and not in the correct mental state for that stuff. I don't know what to do. Please help me. Hannah. P.S. I love the podcast. It's the highlight of my week.
Wow. We are 9 weeks into creating the highlighter for a week.
It's amazing. I always want to say congratulations on the healthy relationship with your family. I feel like that's a really rare thing for a father to be like, are you gonna get a boyfriend soon? Like, you know what I mean? I feel like that's it.
My most generous reading of this, I'm trying to put myself in this mindset. Like, and I think
As a father.
Yeah, as a father. And I think I would never do this, obviously, because this is kind of a weird thing to do.
It is weird.
But if I were to do it, I think it would be because I was worried my kid was antisocial, like too shy or something. Like, hey, why don't you go out and meet some people?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So but even still, is forcing it gonna create a quality relationship here?
I mean, no, but I think that you're probably right. Maybe he is a little worried that she needs to get out more or something.
Yeah.
And we could be completely wrong. We read so much into messages.
He could just be something like, I don't care, just get him out of the house. Get it.
Yeah,
marry
it could
him
be
off,
that.
Go.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
But if it was that, it's gone on for a little too long. So now she's saying now the joke is becoming more of a truth and a reality that she's like, oh, dad's not just joking. He actually wants me to find somebody. But you know what? I think that that's actually, I can see reading this and thinking, wow, this father is kind of much. You know what I mean? Like, why would he do this? But if you imagine if you had a 16-year-old, or if I had a 16-year-old or a 17-year-old girl, and it didn't seem like they had any like prospects, or like they weren't really looking that hard, and you had faith in your daughter as being like a good person, is not gonna, I would definitely be like, hey, so like I just want to let you know it's okay if you like find somebody and want to be with them.
Yeah.
Don't feel like we're holding you back.
That you know what? I can see that too, because there is sort of this especially depending on how you grew up, sort of situation where you think, you know what? I felt a lot of pressure from my parents to not date.
Yes, exactly.
Whatever. So I don't want to put that on my child.
Yeah.
So let me go let me swing too far in the other direction now.
And make it a little awkward.
Yeah, make it a little awkward. So you just say, hey, look, I appreciate the sentiment, but this is kind of stressing me out. Don't worry about me. I'm gonna be okay. Yeah. I have high standards because you're my dad. And I want a man like you. Okay?
I just found when I read this that I actually really liked the dad, and I feel like even if he's swinging too much into this direction, that if most parents could just swing a little bit into that direction, everything would be okay for us.
We would get like
here.
half the messages that we get. I feel like
Exactly.
every other message when I'm reading through them is like, I really like this guy, but my parents would not
99% of messages
want me to. Yeah,
So this is a breath of fresh air, and I think later on in life, I think you're going to look back at this and realize, wow, I'm actually glad that my dad was more like this than what some of my other Christian friends have to go through. Mm-hmm. And you'll appreciate it in some weird way.
You know, there was a kid that we knew that was like, your dad and mom don't let you date, and dad was standing right there, and I didn't say anything, and he was like, I never said he couldn't date, and she was like, well, he doesn't have a girlfriend. And he was like, yeah, because he doesn't want to have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
And I was like, I mean, I wouldn't hate it, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it's
like when you're 16, what are you gonna do other than get into trouble?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I appreciated about how we grew up, was that it wasn't like there wasn't like this hard fast rule for much of anything.
Yeah.
It was just we all just kind of lived the same way and like had the same culture that we did. It wasn't even something that was like, hey, dad, can I have a girlfriend? It was like I should, like, what's the point right now? You know what I mean? So like it wasn't this big ordeal.
It also helped that I've only ever had like 3 eras of my life. As we've talked about before.
We have talked about
this. It's
this.
not like every week I was like, oh, now I like this girl. Oh, but I can't date. It was like, man, if even one of these girls would ever date me,
If
I would
only.
date as soon as they said yes.
Right.
And that, didn't work out until I was in college. So
Right, but then
worked out for the best.
But then for me, like when I was getting to that age where I would hang out with girls more, there was never a time when Dad was like,
Yeah.
no, you can't." Not even a thought. I didn't even think. I just said, okay, I'm mature enough now that obviously Dad is going to like respect this.
Yeah.
And he did. It
Yeah.
wasn't. I don't know. That's just.
Mom and Dad would drive, like if we were like, I want to go to so-and-so's youth group, and it was like on the other end of town, they would just drive us.
No questions.
No question. I was like, you
Yeah.
know why we're going this far, right? And it's not for Jesus.
Yeah, they knew. They knew. They knew. And they didn't say anything.